Hello, my name is Kristen Harris. I'm going to speak for just a minute about the Social Worker Home-School-Community Liaison Plan. So I'll start by saying that the typical student spends majority of their time either at home or with their families or at school. So with that being said, the greatest impact, the greatest possibility of an impact, positive or negative, that can be had on a student is at home or at school. So a social worker plays a great role in that relationship. Social workers work with the student support system to identify barriers that may interfere with success in their progress in their lives. That's academically, that's in their social life, and that's in multiple areas of their lives. In IDEA School District, the priority is to provide at-risk students with opportunity to master coping skills, address and overcome mental health, behavioral, and academic challenges. So we want to create a system that makes sure that these students receive the attention and support that they need. The first part of that is establishing parent engagement. So there's going to be a monthly parent engagement meeting, and this will be a chance for parents and school staff, counselors, social workers to come together and discuss topics and concerns. So there's going to be 3 social emotional support focuses for the year. One will be self-awareness, another will be emotion regulation, and lastly will be becoming your own advocate. So up under these topics, there will be several issues and just various specific things that we discuss. So up under self-awareness, we have self-esteem, self-value, identifying one's strengths, values, and perspectives. And I truly believe that looking at your own self-awareness, having students look at themselves and reflect on perspectives and how perspectives can influence their reality, and just having them work on their self-esteem and things like that, that's a vital part in their mental health and their and them being stable. Next, we have emotion regulation. So this will touch on things like healthy coping skills, noticing mental health problems, and discipline. And so, like I said, these are things that will just help foster good habits, help them learn the healthy ways of dealing with life challenges, because they're going to happen. And so I want to reiterate that these are things that will be incorporated in the classroom as well as in the family parent engagement meetings. So lastly is becoming your own advocate, and that's to go into more detail. We'll talk about effective communication skills and how to ask for help, and so that'll not only be something that will be for the students, but this will be a factor for the parents as well. During the monthly meetings, we'll talk about how the parents can become the best advocate for their child that they can be. So as stated, this and I want to add, I'm looking at the document that you guys have. So as I stated there, these are things that will be focused on in the classrooms as well as in those parent engagement meetings. So each meeting, as stated before, is an opportunity for that support system to become more and more equipped, become stronger, to be more educated, and enabled to support that child and meet family needs, not only for parents, but for even the school staff to learn more about these family units. Outside of just education, this will be somewhat of a support group for not only parents to look to other school staff and professionals, but maybe to lean on each other a little bit as far as more of a community. So that will be good as well. So outside of the monthly parent engagement, there will be ongoing communication between between school staff and social workers in order to ensure that all the needs are met. So parents are encouraged at all times to reach out to school staff in regard to any concerns, questions. They can reach out via email or phone call at any time. School staff is expected to communicate all crisis, trauma, or any concerns that come up. They are asked to reach out to the recommended staff, counselors, or social workers as those things happen. Outside of that, school staff is required to provide a bi-weekly update for at-risk students and their needs. So this bi-weekly update will provide a continuous narrative of strategies that have taken place, that have worked, that need to be worked on or improved for these students in order for us to continue to work on reaching their goals and work with these families. So in addition to that bi-weekly report, there will be a bi-weekly meeting held between social workers and school counselors and any relevant staff. So these bi-weekly meetings will be routine for social workers and counselors, but as time goes on, if school staff has noted concerns that week or the week before, or if there are current concerns that need to be addressed, those school staff who would like to discuss further will come to those bi-weekly meetings. In addition to that, there will be once a year, each at-risk student and family will be scheduled to meet with staff, either during those bi-weekly meetings or outside of that, but at least once a year, the at-risk student and family is scheduled to meet with staff in order to discuss plans, goals, and strategies specific to that household, to that student, in order to once again ensure that specific goals are met, ensure that we're working on independent coping skills, not coping skills that we assume work for everyone, but interventions and coping skills that work for that individual. And the families will also be welcome to schedule meetings on an as-needed basis as concerns arise. But further, this will ensure that all staff and families, it'll just help us be sure that everybody's on the same page. With all these things being said, it may be a lot. I hope I wasn't talking too fast, but I have listed it on the document that was sent. The last statement that was made is that it takes a village, and that's a common saying, but it's very true. And I think that with everybody's cooperation and meeting the requirements and educating themselves continuously through our parent engagement, not only on the criteria, but on these families and their specific needs, I think that all of these goals can be met for these students and these families. And I want to thank you again for your time.